Welcome back to Wall Street Confidential. We're talking about Texas Instruments down today in trading after an outlook that was below forecast for the second quarter. I mean, what is going on in the semi space?
You know, there's two things that are butting heads here: the reality and the fantasy. Fantasy is you can hide in tech, cheap. It's done nothing, so therefore it can only go up. The valuations are great. The reality is business is bad. Whether it be from Novellus with Texas Instruments. I mean, sometimes I wonder, are the people who are saying buy these things either because they are in the business of having to recommend some semiconductor stock, even though because they cover them, and you can't just have a list of buys, of sells and holds, or do they not listen to the calls? I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to Texas Instruments call, and I'm thinking, geez, this is a bad story. Yeah. The growth is de minimis. There's a lot of areas that are losing share. It sounds like a big commodity product. I contrast that with when I go on the CSX call, the Arch Coal call, and I'm like, wow, prices are going up and business is strong, and we've come to believe that technology in the end is still the be-all and end-all of investing. I mean, Google had a good quarter. A lot of people were short Google. But Apple, I like Research in Motion. Excellent quarter. I thought that the stock had stalled, but I now feel it can go up. But, when you look at a plain vanilla semiconductor company, unless it has a competitor that's going out of business or so impaired as Intel does with AMD, I can't come up with a reason to buy it. I mean, do you think that AMAT is really making this big push in solar?
That was the thesis. That's
well,
that's the
no, they are.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, do you think it's making that because it wants to complement its existing semiconductor capital equipment business? I think what it really does is recognize that it's a no-growth business, witness Novellus. But, I just think people should go on these calls and they'll realize that they're buying Texas Instruments because it's got a big buyback and decent balance sheet. And that is clearly not enough of a reason. I had a very big controversy. I told people to sell Nokia at 38, and I was just, I got a lot of heat. Look, and I say sell, and now I'm saying, Nokia's interesting at 26, 27. I mean, people just say, well, listen, you told you to sell it. Now it could go to 26, 27, then go back to 35. But Nokia is nothing special. Texas Instruments is nothing special. I have long held that you need a reason to buy. You can't just buy because of valuation. Texas Instruments is cheap as all get out, but so what?
I'm going to quote you on that.
Yeah, so what?
So ghetto, Texas Instruments. Yeah. Jim Cramer, I love you.
Thank you.
This is Wall Street Confidential. Don't go away.